Hey, welcome back to Brew City Builds. It's been a minute, so I thought I'd pop in and say hey. I'm back in New York, so that's why it's been pretty much radio silence on the channel. I'm here for a job, and I'm working 12 to 14 hour days, which is exhausting. But I gotta make that money so that I can keep doing the reno on the house, so here we are. I thought I would make a quick little video so that way I can answer some questions that you guys have been sending me. I figured since you guys are watching my DIY videos, I would give you guys a little bit of insight into who I am and what my story is. So yeah, let's get started.
Q&A with Brew City Builds.
Alright, the first question is, where am I originally from? The short answer is California. First to fifth grade was San Diego. And then from there, we moved to Northern California, where I had my formative years, I'd say. I grew up about 45 minutes to an hour outside of San Francisco in the East Bay. It was a super dope place to grow up. There was lots of weirdos and kind of cool punks and things like that. So it definitely left an impression on me and kind of introduced me to counterculture at a young age. And you know, my parents weren't shocked when I had shaved off eyebrows and spiky hair when I was like 16. Going to goth clubs. But yeah, I still have a lot of friends from there that I consider to still be my best friends, and I love them so much. Shout out to you, Amuler and Alice. I say that San Francisco definitely shaped who I am and who I've become today. Question number 2. What was my childhood bedroom like? My parents were pretty cool with me changing my room every couple of years. My mom is very creative with interior design, so she was always very helpful in whatever vision I had at the time. One bedroom that stands out in particular is probably when I watched Son-in-Law with Pauly Shore, which is super embarrassing. His dorm room in that movie was like the coolest thing I'd ever seen when I was 13 years old. So, you know, it had black lights and lava lamps and psychedelic posters, and I was just totally sold on that idea. So my mom and dad got me some black lights, I had a mirror ball, I had the lava lamps, I had all that stuff, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. The next question is, do I like Wisconsin? And the answer is definitely yes. After living in New York for almost 20 years, everything's a pain, and just going to the grocery store, you have to lug everything around. So the convenience of Milwaukee is just mind-blowing. Everything's just so easy. We have a backyard, we have a fire pit. So it just feels good to have this little safe space that I love being in. Also, the people are just so sweet, and after living in California and New York, it's just nice to be somewhere where it's like middle America. You know, I never even thought about going there before I met Ben, and it's kind of like America's best kept secret in a way. It's on the water, so you feel like you're in a coastal city, and everyone's just so nice and sweet. Was that a good answer? I don't even know. That seemed like so like, but I love it. Another question I got was, what do I do in the film industry? I've always been a hairstylist. That's like what I've always done, even before New York. And so when I moved there, I was in fashion and doing the whole like fashion week and editorials and all that stuff. And then I evolved into a hair department head for shows like Broad City and Russian Doll, to name a couple. It's super fun. It's super challenging. Like when I'm on set, it's 14-hour days, 80-hour weeks. It's rolling with the punches. Things change on the fly. I think it's taught me just how to be very flexible, and it's also kind of taught me a little bit about editing and filming and things like that. So that's been really helpful in making this channel. How long have you and Ben been together? Ben. How long have you and Ben been together? We're coming up on our 10-year anniversary this year, which is cuckoo to me because, I mean, time goes fast and you change a lot. I'd say every 5 years you're like kind of a different person, but somehow we've managed to stay together, and he's put up with me for that long, which hallelujah, you know, because I'm not easy. We get each other and we're just best friends, so you can't be mad at that, you know. What has been your least favorite part about the renovation so far? That's a hard one because it's all hard. It's all like my least favorite, to be honest. I love it, like it's so rewarding, but it's also like so hard when you're in the thick of it. Nothing works out right. Everything takes twice as long and it costs twice as much money as you think it's going to. So when I first started this, I was like wanting everything to be done and easy, and that's just not the case when it comes to doing any kind of renovations. So it has been a learning experience and a practice of patience, hardcore on my end, to kind of learn that I have to enjoy the process, take it one day at a time, and eventually it will all be done. I know with these videos, it makes it look like super cute and easy, but it's all kind of a challenge. I do love it. Like when a room is finished, I'm like, wow. I'm just such a perfectionist and I like can't cut corners on anything. So I end up killing myself trying to make it perfect, and like nothing in life is perfect. So I just try and do the best I can. And so far it's been amazing. Another good question I got was, must-have tools for a first-time home buyer trying to go for it with a renovation. I'm gonna pretty much say you need every tool, but if I was to start out with something, if I had nothing, I would get a hammer and a tape measure, a stud finder, a drill, Phillips and flathead screwdriver. I mean, you're gonna need so much more than that, but you gotta start with at least that, so that way you can at least do something. Oh, and a level. Another question I got multiple times was, when do we get to see a house tour? And legit, I wanted to do like a full-on empty house tour like you see on other channels, but the way timing worked out with having to move in after driving in from New York and unloading and loading Ben's apartment, it just wasn't in the cards. So I'm sorry that I'm not able to show you how disgusting the house was when we first moved in. But I'm planning on doing like a main level tour once all the bedrooms are done and the bathrooms done on the main floor, so that way you'll be able to see the upstairs and the downstairs basement that I have big plans for that aren't finished, so you'll at least be able to see the house partially finished and you'll get an idea of the whole house once that video comes out. I'm gonna finish this little Q&A vid with probably my favorite question that I got, so here we go. Shit you shouldn't do to your house. Name 3. You know, I'm not one to hate on anyone's aesthetic on what they want to do to their house. Like me, I'm a super minimalist and I like things super clean and simple, but I know that some people are maximalists and they like to fill every shelf with all kinds of stuff and have a million pieces of artwork and patterns, and you know what? I'm all for it. I think whatever makes you happy and makes you feel comfortable, you should do. I'm gonna name a couple things. I'm not gonna do 3 because, again, like, do whatever you want, like live your life, and that's all I gotta say. For the 2 things, I will say this. I'm definitely over the whole live, laugh, love, like words and things like that, like in the kitchen, like when you see a kitchen and it says eat, or you know, you're in a guest bedroom and it's like relax or whatever. Like, I just can't handle that. The second thing I'm not really into is when people just fill their shelves with like weird accessories that are like kind of basic, that are from Home Goods. This is probably a very unpopular opinion because I have a few good friends that love Home Goods, but I'm just not one of those people. If you're looking to fill your shelves or bookcase or whatever, you should go to a secondhand store like Goodwill or something like that, because you're gonna find something more unique and one of a kind that no one else will have, and it'll have more of a special meaning to you, I think. That's what I've always done, and I just think it has like more of a unique aesthetic and it just looks cooler and kind of vintage. But some people want that new stuff from Home Goods, so what can you do? Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this. I hope this gave you an idea, a little bit more of who I am and where I came from and what I'm all about. But yeah, thanks again so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye. I'm back in New York, so that's why must home, but for the most, sorry.